This is Corey Mack with Macho MMA back again with another video, man. Got a lot of news. First off of this video, I want to start off with the Israel Adesanya news. I know this is Conor McGregor fight week, and we will get into some Conor McGregor stuff. But first and foremost, like I said, I want to, kind of tackle this Izzy Adesanya, man. The last style bender, he is leaving CKB. I'm pretty sure a lot of y'all who's in the MMA community know it was already some turmoil with, one of his teammates. And I'll speak on that, after we hear from Izzy himself, because Izzy did put out a video, basically just, talking about the fact that he's leaving. He didn't dive too deep into it, but let's just listen to some of it and hear what he got to say, and then we'll go from there.
So Wednesday, 20th May, I spoke to Eugene face to face, and I told him I am not coming back to CKB. This was something a long time coming behind the scenes, and we have an understanding. I won't lie, it sucks. Not anymore. I just want to get it out the way, just because I want you to hear from the horse's mouth, because no one else has spoken about it. Bittersweet, but it's the right thing for me, especially where I'm at in my career. It's exactly what I needed. Insanity is doing the same shit and expecting a different result. So I think that's it. I just don't want to talk about it. It's something, like I said, it sucks. I want to grieve in peace. People want to bring it up. That's cool, but don't ask me about it.
Yeah, so there you go. You hear out the horse's mouth, Israel Adesanya is leaving City Kickboxing. And, let's just not shit on CKB, because them dudes is elite. They led by head coach Eugene Behrman. They got some elite dudes, man. They got current light heavyweight champion Carlos Oberg. They had Israel Adesanya before he even, came into the UFC, when he was a champion in the outside promotion, when he was, just kickboxing mainly, before he even got into MMA. And then, they had him during his whole UFC run, up until now during his losing streak. You got Alexander Volkanovski, who is really close with that gym. He trains with those guys as well. So, it's kind of shocking a little bit, but when you put the pieces together, it's really not. And again, let me, go back to the two main reasons why I think he left. So there was, some reports. I don't know how true they is. I believe that it's some accuracy to them. I believe, Izzy and Carlos Oberg did have some beef. They had some differences, between one another. Rumors was out there that it was, between a woman. I guess they messed with the same girl, or, and maybe they got into it. I believe, things did get physical. So I believe that been brewing. And now, obviously, with Izzy on this losing streak, and with Carlos Oberg, now being a champion, some of the focus could be off of Izzy. Maybe he feel like he's not getting the training that he needs to get or have in order to be the elite fighter that he has been in the past. But nonetheless, I believe the Carlos Oberg, issue is one of the main reasons. Maybe as time goes on, eventually, Izzy will speak on it, or maybe Carlos Oberg will speak on it, because we don't know the details. Again, that's just the rumors as far as with those two. The main reason, the other reason, that I believe is because Izzy is on a losing streak. And what Izzy said in his video when he was addressing leaving CKB, he basically said insanity is doing something over and over again and expecting a different result. So in my eyes, I took that as, I can't keep expecting to win fights with these guys if I'm constantly training this way, if I'm constantly, going about it, this way, and I'm not seeing the results that I want to see. My performance is shitty. It's not on par the way it should be. And I don't believe these guys is giving me the proper and necessary training and focus that I need at this moment in time in my career in order for me to win fights. So I think he's going to, I think that's the main reason why. And that's no knock on CKB. That's no knock on none of them. But I just think Izzy just need to change. I think he need to change the atmosphere. I think he need to change the vibes. I think he need a new change. I think he need to change as far as the way he's approaching these fights. I think he needs a new change in his style. I think he needs a new change, because I do think Izzy has the skills to compete. But for some reason, lately, in these last, I want to say about 4 or 5 fights, he hasn't went out there and put together the necessary game plan or output he needs to put out in order to win fights. And, and some of those fights was very winnable, I feel like. And if I'm not mistaken, during this losing streak, I think he's went out and won pretty much majority of the rounds that he's fought until he ends up losing. So again, I don't think it's a skill issue. I think it's more so probably a training issue, and I think that's why he's switching. A suggestion would be to go to Trevor Whitman, with Gaethje and Usman. I think that'd be a great option, for Izzy. Again, so I don't know. I'm pretty sure whoever he picks, he's going to pick right. He's a former champion. I trust his judgment. And obviously with him making this change, if you an Izzy fan, you should like this move. You should love this move, because this is Izzy saying, hey, I still got shit left in the tank. I know I can still fuck some of these boys up, and I'm not doing it. So therefore, I need to make this change in order to do what I need to do, for not only me, but for my fans, man. So I, for one, man, I appreciate Izzy for doing this, because I'm pretty sure this wasn't an easy move for him. A lot of people don't like to move off of, where they been, because, sometimes people get too familiar, with stuff, and they don't like change. But the fact that he's making this change, I fucking applaud him, because again, I'm pretty sure it wasn't easy, but he seemed, happy with his decision, and I'm pretty sure he's excited, man. So I think this is good news, and I wouldn't be surprised to see Izzy, back in the cage by the end of this year, but definitely, beginning of next year. And I think we could see a new version, but better version than what we've been seeing these last few fights out of Izzy, and hopefully he can pull together some wins, like I know he can. Because again, this is not a skill issue. I feel like it's a game plan issue. It's a training issue, and I think that's what he realized as well, and that's why he's making a change. So yep. Stay tuned. Definitely dropping more bangers very, very soon. If you like this video or like any more other videos, please subscribe. Please subscribe. I do this for y'all. This is Corey Mack with Max on MMA. Talk to y'all soon. Peace.